crafty friends, this is Jenny from crafttestdummies.com, and today we're going to take a look at the Spellbinders Platinum die cutting machine. Now this is one that will only do manual dies, but it's a kind of a cool new machine because it will take the thick rule dies. So when you get it, you do have to put the handle on, as you see here. It's a little fiddly screw, but lucky for us, they give you the Allen wrench so that you can put it together easily. Now in the package, you will get all of the embossing shims that you need and cutting mats. There's a plate, there's 2 cutting mats, and then the embossing tan folder. And as you see on the platform, you actually get all of the sandwich combinations. To get going, all you have to do is pull down the front and back platforms. It has a nice 8.5-inch wide cutting surface and a smooth turning handle. It is an all steel interior, so it has a lot of power and a lot of sturdiness inside. As you can see here, there's also those nice thick rule dies that you're able to use with it. Alright, so for my first test, I tried the Spellbinders 3D embossing folders, or the embossabilities, and you'll be able to see how nicely and deeply it etches. I used the sandwich combination right on the platform, so it was easy. Next, I tried the steel rule dies. By the way, these are exactly the same as the Sizzix brand. This actually is the Sizzix brand that I'm testing. So yes, you can use your deep rule Sizzix dies, and it works great. And in this sample, I'm actually trying one of the really deeply etched die combinations, and you'll be able to see how it comes out here. It really is super deeply embossed using that tan embossing mat and then the included shim. So I'm really impressed with the results. It's absolutely gorgeous. Works like a charm. Okay, for my next test, I decided to use a non-Spellbinders product, and this is a little teeny thin rule die that's actually fairly intricate, and as you'll see, it worked like a charm, so I was very pleased with that. And I also used a Spellbinders thin rule too, just to get that look. Loved it. And for this one, I even tried using just a brass stencil to emboss, and I was kind of impressed with that. Okay, so now for some areas where the Platinum did not perform, as we would say, Platinum quality. The Cuttlebug style die that I'm using here, it's one of those foam ones, it did not cut through. I had to shim it and it was just tricky. These kind of inexpensive embossing folders by Darice or Cuttlebug also just did not have enough pressure to create an impression. You need to shim it with something pretty thick. As a matter of fact, I tried this embossing mat and I really had to crank it through the machine, but it did, and it tore the paper a little bit. I recommend a piece of maybe corrugated cardboard to get just the right amount of pressure to use those embossing folders that you may have in your stash. All right, so here's my down and dirty on the Spellbinders Platinum. If you're already using a lot of Spellbinders products, like the dies, the embossabilities folders, or even their new thick roll dies or Sizzix dies, you're going to love this machine. It's really sturdy and it really fills in where the grain caliper didn't, which is now you can use your thick roll dies. It opens the world of possibilities for you. However, if you have a lot of those thin embossing folders, the ones from Darice or Provocraft or Anna Griffin, you're going to find that you're going to have to shim those a little bit and you may have to fuss around. Again, I found that one thickness of corrugated cardboard right from a box was the perfect amount of shim. You'll just have to play around, and again, this is not uncommon with manual dies. Sometimes you do have to add a little bit of cardboard or something so it has just the right pressure. Not a deal breaker for me. It is really heavy and really sturdy, and if you're looking for something with a little bit more weight and that nice wide 8.5-inch wide cutting path, this may be the right machine for you. Now make sure you take a look at some of my other die and tool product reviews that I have so you can compare and contrast. If you have any questions, leave them in the question section below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Also, take a look, and if you'd like to know how to make those cute distress background cards, I can show you that in the next video as well. Again, thank you so much for watching and have a crafty day.